on your cover. What's it? Hip. I feel like I'm in Coco. I want my chocolate fountain.
Oh, where?
God, I'm just a lonely flower girl.
Where's my? I got to find my boyfriend getting off the airport. Oh wait, that's the wrong show. But they all sounded like Emma.
They all did.
They sounded like Emma from 90 Day UK.
Not even. At least Emma has that kind of northern charming sound. This sounded like
Pans
Cockney
banging.
Street trash.
It did sound a bit like my Dick Van Dyke accent. Hello, boo.
At one point, did you see the subtitles? They couldn't even catch it.
It doesn't
looked
matter
like Welsh.
because this charter is hot.
Those men are gorgeous.
They look like Sean Cody when he went to Britain. Remember that one?
Yes.
Fuck
they are
Britannia.
Soccer hooligans.
Oh, yes.
Or football hooligans.
Hooligans.
You
know, they play sports and then they go out and they drink afterwards.
And fuck each other, right?
Fuck each other, yeah. With their beautiful uncut
part.
dicks. This is Below Deck Down Under.
Badoo.
Badoo,
The
y'all.
British version. For some reason.
But they will go.
It is interesting. I feel like I'm in Coco.
When she said that, I went, yeah, that's...
She's wearing a tiny sombrero.
Like, if Lin-Manuel Miranda was... He would go, that dumb bitch.
No, this was... Oh, you said the magic word of the episode.
I did say the magic word of the episode, y'all.
Now...
We need to remember, y'all, words hurt. Words hurt.
Now, I think this is interesting.
I need a pedicure.
They chose the title 99 Problems and a Thalassa Ain't One. Obviously, a bitch. That's what the word they left out. However, I like my title better, which is simply Bitch Please.
Bitch Please. Either one I love.
Bitch Please? With a question mark?
I just want to say 90 Day Fiancé doesn't even try anymore.
No.
Y'all, we're covering this on Sunday. We're doing the show on Sunday when 90 Day Fiancé comes out because we're not doing 90 Day Fiancé, the new episode of Hey today, because we're doing that at our Chicago live show
on Thursday?
Thursday, the 29th.
Yes.
Y'all, come see us in Lincoln Hall. You missed it because
Lincoln Hall.
Snowstorm. Well, we're back, bitches. And I just looked and the weather's going to be a beautiful 60 degrees in Chicago.
That is positively balmy.
Oh, I can't wait. But... what was I talking about? I just lost my train of thought on that. I was talking about...
I don't talk about...
I was talking about my train of thought. I was talking about... we're talking about bitch... Oh, the episode of 90 Day Fiancé this week is just called Complicated. They really have given up on... They should...
Why you have to go and make things so complicated?
I wish they would...
Justice for Avril Lavigne.
I would do this free. If they would just send us the episodes early, I would watch them and say...
and name them.
Name this. Let me name this for you.
I would totally do that.
We would do a better job.
Get two queens to come up with funny names.
Right now, I feel like it's a straight man who doesn't want to be there. Bro, what do you want to call us? Oh, no, it's complicated.
I think that's the entire staff.
Yeah, maybe. All right, y'all, on to Below Deck Down Under. But yeah, live shows, y'all. Come see us on the Doublet Tour. There's a hurricane headed towards Tampa right now.
You're lying.
No, have you not watched the news?
No.
Oh, it's hitting Tampa this week.
So we're coming
like at the end of this week. So we're going to show up after a hurricane.
After the devastation.
It might veer up towards like more like Destin, not New Orleans far, but it might go up. But right now, literally, I was watching the Weather Channel. It looks like this storm, after it passes Cuba, will have a direct hit on Tampa.
We're sorry.
We're sorry.
Y'all, we just...
You didn't see that yet?
I don't know what to say.
We have power.
We're killing celebrities. But it's not good power.
We're ending Broadway shows.
We're ending Phantom of the Opera. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. So, yes. So, hopefully, y'all, it's a mild hurricane.
Yes.
Looks, they're saying it only would get up to maybe a category 2.
Oh, good.
Heat, the warnings. I think everybody needs to be out by they're saying Monday night, but check your local weather station
But come back in for our show.
But get your shit out and then come back for a Tampa show on October 14th and 15th for Poodle's birthday extravaganza.
Take your pets with you, but don't bring them to the show.
Don't bring them to the show.
I know you love your pets, but they don't belong at a reality gaze show.
I just hope the theater has power and doesn't get flooded.
I'll be flooded later, regardless. Power or none? Oh God, this
I
is
mean,
gonna be a
really,
wild episode.
I don't know. This is some Mercury
how,
shit.
How can so many things be going wrong?
Because I'm telling you, the Channy app is reading me for fucking filth. God, I love that app. And her Instagram. I love her.
I have had crazy dreams. I've felt unsettled for about 5 days now, and I don't know what's going to happen.
I was at a store yesterday because our friend Bridget Green came into town and talked to me all day, and I enjoyed actually having her. But she was, Bridget Green. She talks.
She talks a lot,
and she was watching Below Deck Down Under with me, and she's like, "I've never watched the show. I just listened to you guys." And she was watching it, and she saw Ryan. She went, "Holy shit, he's an asshole."
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, he's an asshole.
Bridget Green. For those of you who are listening to us for a long time, Bridget Green actually made an appearance.
She did
on an old episode of TBT Time, I believe.
TBT Time,
yeah. She was there hanging out.
She was hanging out.
People want to know all about Bridget Green's dating dramas.
Oh, she's with the guy now. Been there for several years. They're very happy.
Good.
So she got it worked out. But she took me makeup shopping at
Wasn't she waiting under a bridge for someone?
Basically.
For a while?
So we went shopping yesterday, and this girl was helping us with like makeup and stuff like this because Bridget Green, was in the studio because she works for Houston Grand Opera, and so we're getting.
She does wigs, y'all.
She does, and so there was a candle section. I said, "Oh, what are these candles?" And the woman said, "Oh, they're candles, and they have crystals in them, and then you burn them, and you can keep the crystals." And I went, "What?" Because I'm real woo woo right now.
That's kind of amazing.
They are. And so I bought this one, and then she said, "What is this candle?" She said, "It's called Back to Black, and it smells kind of like leather." You would
Amy
like the
Winehouse.
smells. And I didn't get that correlation, but it's this guy who
Why would you?
Who makes these for all these celebrities. But you said you burn the candle and it has black crystal in it. It soaks up all the energy, and then you have to throw away the candle and the crystals because you've got to get it out of your apartment. And I literally bought the candle. I'm walking on the door. I said, "This is going to be good energy." And she's like, "Yeah, it was made after Amy Winehouse." And I went, "Okay."
Can I return this?
Can I return this? Because that didn't end good.
No. Didn't go good.
Didn't go good. But I've got the candle now.
Unbelievable performer and
yes,
entertainer and composer and songwriter.
My friend does her really well in drag. We need to move on.
We do.
We do.
We do.
We do.
Tragic
with
life.
Badoo.
Tragic life.
All right. So
tragic.
Yes, tragic, y'all. So remember, words hurt, and come see us on live shows.
I want to talk about the concept of words hurting, though.
Well, we're going to talk.
Yeah.
Oh, we have another announcement. This is big news. This is huge.
I like it you're saying that, and I don't even know what it is.
This is actual big news, and it's all because
I don't even know.
Of Sissy Drew.
Oh, the website is up again.
Our website is back, y'all.
RealityGaze.com. It's not porn anymore.
We're still tinkering with it. There's some language and stuff we're going to change and work up.
That's right. That is a big announcement.
Our website, people have already found it because they're messaging. Our website is up. Here's the deal, y'all. Go to our new website. Take a look.
RealityGaze.com. RealityGaze.com. RealityGaze.com.
It's not porn anymore. And it's secured, so you're not going to get hacked. It's got a certificate and all this shit. Because our friend Drew.
Before it wasn't.
Our friend Drew works at GoDaddy, and that's who we host our website with. And they got that thing locked up tight. So, but I will say, great thing about it for a lot of you.
GoDaddy, Drew.
I don't even know if you knew this, if he does this. This website. You want to leave a review, an Apple Podcast or a Spotify review, and you don't know how to do that? Go to our website, and it'll click on the link, and it'll take you right there.
I did not know that.
Yep, and you can leave an Apple Podcast review or a Spotify. You want to check up our live shows aren't out there yet. We haven't built that out. Patrick's got with the cute butts got to do that. But if you want to see it's completely separated all of our shows. You want to say, I just want to listen to Below Deck Down Under. You can find that. You just want to listen to, I don't know, you want to listen to Below Deck Med. It'll separate
It's everything
that out.
I want.
I'm really happy with it.
I'm the normal sissy consumer.
So
I don't
anyway,
listen to our show. What am I talking about?
you haven't even looked at the website yet. He did nothing with it, but that's okay.
I liked it when it was born.
So anyway, y'all, you can go to realitygates.com, but not if you want to go to those live tickets. You still got to go to our Linktree.
Still got to go to the Linktree link on our Instagram or our TikTok.
But if you want to join our Patreon or our Supercast, those links are there, and you can just click on those links.
This whole thing's been one commercial for us.
Well, it's our fucking show.
You're right. Fuck you.
All right, let's do this. What's your first tea bag?
I'm delirious.
You are delirious. You didn't
I'm
sleep well
punchy.
last night. You didn't
I
have
am
growth.
punchy.
I was up till 3 a.m. because Bridget Green was talking to me. So we've got to pull it together.
I want to say this was an extra long episode this week. This is episode 13. My magic number. Unlucky number for a lot of people, but it's good for me.
Yeah.
An extra long episode. So much happened in this episode.
A lot happened.
It was a little bit of a red wedding at the end too.
We finally got some conclusions.
Yeah. So
I will cheat and say I did watch like the first 5 minutes.
Of course you did.
It's fucking juicy. It's great.
Sure. I want to jump right into. I like it that you completely destroy me for doing that, and you completely admit to it.
I just said it's juicy, and you would have said, "Oh, it's great." Ryan got kicked off the boat and fell in the water, and then cussed at the captain, and then like sucked his dick. You would have told everything.
That happens.
That's why you can't be trusted.
Fine. So you're not wrong. I want to talk about Bitchgate.
Let's talk about Bitchgate.
So
I'm of two bitches.
I think I would have been okay if Jamie would have had a problem with someone calling him a bitch. I think it's fragile ego in most ways. Now, there may have been something we don't know about his past that could make him so sensitive. However, he can't just start slinging that word about women in reference to the same women. He's like, these bitches over here calling me a bitch.
That's when he lost me a little bit.
And I'm just like, okay, obviously you have no sense of awareness, and there are different rules for you being a man and what you can say, and different rules and certain rules for what women can say to you. And it makes it seem like, and I probably think this is the case, that women calling you a bitch is the worst thing in the world, but you calling them a bitch or some other name isn't a big deal.
Maybe he doesn't have the wherewithal, maybe he doesn't want to say this, but he talks about it's a trigger, but it's 100% a gender thing.
Yeah, totally.
It's a demasculation of him.
Yeah.
I bet he would be just as triggered if they called him a sissy.
Yep.
If they called him a faggot.
100%. It's
the same. It is if when they call him a bitch, he's probably almost feeling the word faggot. And so, but the fact though that he then can just lob that word back at those women.
Yep. And
now, granted, he didn't say it to them. He was talking about them, but still,
he would.
He's on a television show.
He probably would.
I thought that was, I thought his behavior was gross, but I also think Brittini and Aisha's behavior was gross a bit too.
And knowing that it bothered him and needling him for it.
And that
I agree.
Shockingly, Magda's the only person that apologized, and I can't take the tears of Brittini just crying of, oh my God, it's so awkward. You spoiled little brat. You called him a bitch. Apologize to him like an adult human and just say, I'm sorry I called you that.
I think she actually tried, and he kept shutting her down.
She wanted to talk to him. She did want to talk to him about it, but I think she just needed to say but it happened while Aisha did that. Like they both should have, he was upset about it. They both should have did what Magda did and went up to him that night and said, that was not cool of us. I'm sorry. But instead now they've drawn it out and then they didn't say anything.
I think part of their issue is that word is so ubiquitous in our culture
It's true.
And especially when it's like, yeah, bitches, which is almost it's different when you call someone a bitch. Very different. But when you say, yeah, bitches or blah, 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 but like when Bertini said that's the Beatles, bitch, it sounded like basically this comes from almost a drag queen culture.
Yeah.
Where someone says, that's blah, 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 bitch, or earlier than that, black culture.
Yeah. Bitch, please.
So,
all
yeah,
of that.
All of that. And you can take whatever trigger you want to with the word, but you should think about what context it's being used in. It's the fact that Jamie doesn't seem to have any sense of humor about it at all.
At all.
And can't. And also... And
can't speak about it really at all.
No, can't even talk about why it bothers him.
He can't even talk to them.
Yeah.
He has to run to the captain, which he should not have done.
Oh, this was a bitch move.
That he should have. He really should have talked to them, especially that there was no reason for him to involve the captain in this. Even he kind of laughed when he was doing it because a part of him went, "This is ridiculous." But it was
some of the women on the boat are calling men names. Only him. That's what he said.
He said, yeah, they're only calling him
Only
names.
him.
Culver does not have a problem. Benny does not have a problem.
No. Yeah, I think that was when it became, we know who the most sensitive person on the boat is.
We do, and I think Benny picks up now. But also, do we also recognize that? Again, I mean, I said it as a joke, but it is true. Words do trigger and hurt people,
right?
And so if we have said as like podcast partners, like one of us will say something to the other without that intention, and then one of us will take it because it is a trigger word for us.
Yeah.
And we as business partners say, okay, I'm not going to say that anymore because it doesn't matter to me.
Right.
So there needs to be that type of compromise of
these people don't care about one another enough.
They really don't. I wrote that actually down. I went, no one really likes each other on this boat.
I think Aisha and her stews actually do. I think Culver
and Toomey.
I think Culver and Bertini like each other.
Actually, I think because Culver and Jamie are all hanging out on each other's Instagram and traveling together. So I think they're friends now too.
But from what we're seeing, there is, I think it is a distance that Jamie projects to try to be the leader over all of them, and it comes out of insecurity, and because deep down he's asking himself, I'm not right for this,
or he feels like he's imposter syndrome. He feels like I'm not good enough to do this job, and that makes such sense because he automatically feels like when Captain Jason doesn't support him, instead of that's just a difference of opinion, Captain Jason doesn't trust me as a leader. He completely takes it personal.
So, by the way, y'all, Benny gets to stay on.
Oh, yeah.
And I will say, Benny starts working hard, really hard, because he knows he has to, because Captain Jason says, otherwise you're off.
I mean, I agree. I do see the difference of why, but I do understand. I think it's, if he doesn't know the whole story, I can see why Jamie would feel like, what's the difference of Magda having to leave? Because I can see why Jason or Jamie would think that the captain supports Aisha's opinion more over his, because he has been bitching about Benny for a long time. But underneath all, what I feel like we saw in this episode, and you and I actually called it, we not to pat ourselves on the ass, but we do down the daily. But we said several episodes ago, we talked about how we felt like a lot of this Benny and Jamie tension, the underlying thing is that Benny is a different type of man and not this, quote, masculine man. He's sensitive, he's emotional, he's feeling. He's the exact opposite of Jamie, and they challenge one another.
Yeah.
And I actually think after seeing this and seeing that is the actual main crack in their relationship, and I don't think it will ever be solved.
They don't speak the same emotional language.
Men don't speak those languages to one another about masculinity.
That's really true. Who knew that Badu would have something to say about 21st century masculinity?
He was being a jerk, especially by ignoring them and ghosting them. That said, I'm going to repeat what I said last episode. I will be Jamie's bitch. You can call me a bitch all day
Don't
long.
call him one.
Oh, no.
You know what it is?
Wouldn't dream.
I think it is also it's a gendered term already because we're dealing with we're basically saying we're calling someone a man. Calling a man a bitch is basically saying you're unmanly, you are everything, and it's also making an insult to be a woman.
Yeah, I'd be interested to talk to Ryan Bailey about this because I feel like I'm trying to have perspective on it, but we're bitches.
I claim I'm a bitch.
Yeah, we're gay men.
I'm a horrible, high-riding bitch.
Yes, and I'm a basic bitch.
You are.
And so...
the basic of the basicest.
But so we claim... So we're so close to the bitch fire.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to talk to a straight man who watches this and see what they think. Which we got to email. I think his person reached out.
They did.
Us. We're going to do a collab.
It'll have to be until after tour.
Yeah.
I think I did respond. All right. One night late, and I may have said something gross about Ryan.
Oh God.
It's his assistant. It's fine.
Where does he live?
What do we do? When are we going to get an assistant?
We have to pay them. Do you want to pay an assistant, Poodle?
No.
Is Ryan Bailey in Los Angeles? Yeah. Maybe we can do an in-person show.
That might be an issue. That might not be an issue. Yeah,
it would be an issue. You'd have to sit on the other side of the room.
I'll be fine. So
anyway, we talked a lot. We just ran through a lot of my tea bags, but that was kind of the big core of the show.
I think this is a good conversation to have, though, because it used to be so common I've just kind of stopped myself from calling. I really held the word bitch back for especially women because I feel like it's said by men, whether it's straight men or gay men, as such a malevolent thing, and so I've kind of stopped saying it, or I've tried to.
I held it back for women. I realized in watching this that I never say it to straight men.
That's interesting.
I never say it to
because
them.
Maybe there's a sixth sense of you in you that you know that would. I think I would say that to a straight man because I would think it would be transgressive, and he would know I was kidding. But I think there is the.
I mean, no, that's not true. I have said it to a couple, but like we'll say it to each other, who'll be like, "What's up, bitch?" And I'm like, "Nothing, bitch. What's up?"
But the fragility of a straight man who is going to go to pieces after they're called bitch.
It really kind of decimated him.
Yeah.
And it completely shut him down.
And to the point where, and you guys, I think it's really easy to say, oh, he's just being super fragile. You could tell he was gutted by it. Just a simple word.
No, I'm not going to make fun of him and say that because I don't want to be like, because I did think about what if this was switched and what if Jamie... Now, I get it. It's not the same because he's a straight man.
Right.
But still, what if he called them the C word?
Yeah.
Or something that they didn't like. And he was like, but that doesn't mean anything to me. Like the way Bertini's saying, this isn't a big deal. And you keep kind of egging it on. We would be incensed that he was talking to a woman this way.
I think also what I said earlier about they don't really know each other that well.
They really
don't have a lot of emotional currency with each other. And especially Jamie, who has distanced himself from all the women in the cast because of probably masculinity reasons. He even said earlier, there's no hot women on this boat.
Yeah.
So that I want to date. Actually, he didn't say there are no hot women. There's no one for me on this boat.
Because he's from where again?
Australia.
Yeah. So, anyway, it's who knew this conversation? Y'all, we would love to know your thoughts. Put your comments in our Patreon or on our Facebook group or tweet us. Let us know your thoughts.
Yeah.
Instagram. That's
my next tea bag. Is.
I just want to say mine because it was at the beginning of the show. When They literally showed Magda texting in the middle of her in the moment, and they were just waiting for her to finish.
I'm sorry.
I always thought she was a little flaky,
No.
but after this episode, I'm like, Magda dumb, y'all.
I will miss her.
She's great TV.
Spoiler alert, if you don't watch the show, she was dismissed.
She's gone like a rod of home.
That's an interesting Michael McDonald?
Yes.
On with a run!
And then home
Emperor of Yacht Rock. Michael McDonald. No, I was going to
Someone
say...
just went screaming, went, oh, Larry, the singing by Michael.
Some Carl's wife. So Culver described his idea of flirting. Take him. He has this smile, so everything sounds like I take him to the Bradbury compound, ride the horses, and then it's a little McConaughey at the same time. Then we go to or I'm trying to think who does it sound like? Little Jack Nicholson more than anything else. We're gonna ride the horses, and then I'm gonna be shirtless, and it's all gonna be fun, righteous dude. There is nothing whiter than this weekend he described.
Oh,
Full on John Birch Society.
I mean, I'm into it. If I could, but I don't have my phone ready. If I could play the Brokeback Mountain theme, I would right now. Because when I saw Culver on a horse, I leaned in. He looks good.
I still
in
say
that outfit.
His confessional in the moment look does him dirty. When I see him
looking hotter
in
and hotter on
real
this
life, I'm like, why are you normal looking kind of hot?
Oh, when he put on that, when I saw him on top of a horse in a cowback, I'm like, you need a Yosemite my ass quickly split.
Quickety split?
Uh-huh.
Anyway, that's what I was just going to say. Hold on, I'm getting a text. Hold on. It's from Paulina.
Oh.
Oh, no.
What did she say?
She's a good friend of mine.
Oh, she is. Okay.
She says, hey, out with your boyfriend. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I hate Paulina. She always does this. But she's my best friend.
So.
Ugh. That Paulina. Ugh. I'm sorry. It took me right out of my work.
You know what? I'm sorry. You can text her back and we're going to take a commercial.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
I don't want to be a bitch, but I really fucking hate their relationship. Magda and her boyfriend.
When she said this relationship, I thought Aisha was talking about her relationship with Magda. Like she hates her relationship.
She hates Magda's relationship with her
That's
boyfriend.
even funnier.
Because it literally stops all work for her.
Oh.
And keeps her up at night.
I will say that is what really bugs me about Magda is.
That's it.
But
there's a lot that bugs me.
She is a pet peeve of me is when people show that they don't think about other people at all.
No, she's
and they're so
extremely
rude.
spoiled and self-involved.
She's so rude.
Yeah.
She's I could not be around her for very long at all.
Yep. How she gets by in life is she's charming enough, and she's pretty, and she's got a quality that makes you look past her problems, and that's how she's gotten by in life. If she wasn't attractive, she would get nowhere.
Well, but if she wasn't attractive, she also might not be so self-absorbed.
She would have a different personality.
And not text anybody and say, I look fucking hot.
Yeah.
God.
Hold on, I'm getting her a text.
Oh, Jesus.
It's from my friend Paulina again.
Oh, what Paulina wanted to say.
She says, I'm not how I appear on television. Magda is a bitch.
Oh.
and
Oh.
I'm stealing her boyfriend.
Okay.
And you're a bitch too. Ouch!
Ouch.
Paulina!
Well, she's really using that loaded word this episode.
Love you. She says love you, though, which is nice. She's
there
my
you
best
go.
friend.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
I will say when they go
She's
out,
a good girl.
Brittini looks gorgeous. This is the best Brittini and hair makeup we've had. I just wanted to say on that. It's not really a tea bag. It's just more like a...
What's your next one? Besides Magda, y'all, Magda lost her phone, and it was like she left her daughter in a store.
It was like
It
was like a Lifetime movie. Well, it reminded me of like Sally Field in that movie.
Not without my daughter.
But An Eye for an Eye.
Oh,
when she's
yes.
like stuck in traffic, she hears her daughter getting attacked
Abducted.
by Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah.
And she's just going, she's banging on the windows, going,
It did feel like she lost a part of herself.
oh, completely just. Y'all, this
She
woman.
left her daughter in a
This
store.
woman needs. I realized after that, I went, Magda lives on a different planet than the rest of us.
Well, she is so emotionally. This is a 13-year-old relationship.
I would almost say younger.
Yeah,
I would like to say 10.
And the level of jealousy that's there, and then Paulina gets in the middle, and it's just ridiculous.
Like, I'm not going to lie. If they told us that we're going to do a spinoff called Magda's Life,
I'd watch.
I'd kind of watch it. Because tell me you don't want to meet Paulina.
Oh, I do.
I really want to meet Paulina.
I guarantee you, Paulina is also gorgeous.
Oh, yes.
And statuesque and tall.
Yes. Is a model
And-
friend.
And she's dark-haired because I can already see Paulina.
She's not gonna, Magda's not going to be with another blonde.
No, she's not.
No.
And Paulina says things all the time like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. I love everything about you. I'm going out with your boyfriend. Ha ha. See you later, bitch.
Bitch.
Love you.
Love you.
I know. She's a tough friend for me to have, too.
Oh, God. You are all over. I'm going through these. You're all over on these tea bags.
I
so,
know.
I mean, let's see.
What's your next
We already
one?
talked about
No,
Bitchgate,
I did-
really.
That
That was a lot of it.
Can I talk about, y'all, I need to say that chocolate fountains are disgusting.
I thought this was hilarious because you were just talking about this last week.
Yes.
I don't remember what show, but it was a totally different show. You were bringing them up.
It was about, like, Western Sizzler or Sizzler having chocolate fountains.
Sizzling
and
Sirloin.
Sizzling Sirloin. I asked if they had a chocolate fountain.
Yes, they did not.
But a lot of places have chocolate fountains, and that's how you knew these charter guests.
It's the one time I agreed with Ryan. The fact that they
They're
asked for
basic.
Mexican food in a chocolate fountain, they're basic.
I
Yeah.
agree. And he said, how about Uber Eats? Now, however, you're a chef. You're going to give them whatever you can. And I thought Aisha was really smart by saying, could we find a way to do a chocolate fountain that was a really high quality dessert that you incorporated them? And he's like, no, they're on a chocolate fountain. So maybe like, and I wonder, would they be okay with it? Or did they want their chocolate fountain?
They seemed to like that. Seemed to be the only food they liked. And this is what I want to know. Because I go back
Those
and
men,
forth.
though, I don't give a shit. Those men could have had their way with me.
I would have
Oh
fucked the strawberry.
my God.
I would have dipped their dick in it
Oh.
and ate that chocolate off it.
I feel like I'm in cocoa.
Oh, what? So there is a problem with the chocolate fountain. Where do we plug it in?
Yeah. But I'm saying my issue is it's unsanitary.
Yeah, no. I'm agreeing with
Yeah.
that, but I'm just saying,
Just recycling that chocolate.
recycling that chocolate. Is there? Not that I want to defend Ryan, and I'm
No.
not defend, but whose job is it to make sure? Because I kind of felt like, wouldn't it be on service if they're serving the chocolate fountain? Wouldn't it be on them to make sure where it's plugged in, or is that on
I
Ryan?
think that's on Ryan.
Really?
Yeah, because it's part of his meal. So he should talk to Deck.
Because when Aisha brought that up, It was like she was trying to talk to him about it.
Well, she did tell him. She said, "You need to sort that."
She did say that, yeah. But yeah, okay. I was just really just curious.
But regardless, he didn't push back.
You know what?
He said, "I've been so busy, blah, blah, blah."
Poodle, I just want to say I'm still mad at you, but I didn't be with anybody.
What?
I'm mad at this text. When
Oh.
she texted her boyfriend, I'm still mad at you when she found her phone, but I didn't be with anybody.
I didn't be with anybody.
Hey, I'm still mad at you, but I didn't fuck anyone last night. I'm going to use that.
Y'all, can you imagine how volatile this relationship is in person?
Oh.
If this is what it's like,
Oh.
it is full on War of the Roses.
Now, we finally see pictures of her boyfriend.
He's
with
hot.
with his shirt off. He's hot. Yeah.
No, he's...
But do you think he's nuts too? I bet
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
They're all nuts.
I bet they both love to have sex and look in the mirror at each
Yeah.
other having sex.
No,
both of them.
They're all tweaked, crazy Eastern Europeaners.
There's a lot of drugs
Eastern
that are
Europeans.
involved.
Yes,
Lots of
I don't
drugs.
know if it's drugs.
Well, when you say tweaked, what do you mean?
Tweaked in the head,
Oh, okay.
like the slightly off.
Oh, okay.
Not in a meth week. Not in a methy way.
Okay, yeah. Because you tweaking means you're.
Yeah, but that's specifically gay. So
It's true.
So think outside the world.
I don't know much about it.
I don't know much,
No.
but I know I'm tweaking.
I just want to point out one moment in this where the charter guest's like, "Oh, this was too spicy for me. I don't want this power. My mouth is burning."
They literally call the food shit.
They did.
It was nice
And
to see.
I don't doubt that it was. I don't doubt that the food wasn't good.
'Cause remember when Dave did tacos and they were gorgeous?
Right.
Like unbelievably gorgeous.
And I will say, I feel like Captain Jason may be a couple years from what culinary trends are, because edible flowers were a big thing like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll see it still at some restaurants, but if
I
I
know
was...
Ryan was offended by it, but he wouldn't be telling you your job if you were doing your job.
But what Jason did say was, I want a wow factor. None of this was wow factor.
He served them an avocado salad.
Yes.
And of course, I was watching this with Bridget Green. I said, Bridget, look at that. He served them a fucking avocado salad. And Bridget said, but I like avocado salad.
Yeah, she did.
And I said, Bridget, you're basic.
But at least
I do like it.
there's something you can do
It's
on
not what you serve on a boat.
Yeah.
Like he could have done an avocado and like whipped it or made it a mousse or something.
Or
like
you serve the avocado, you serve the salad in the avocado
In
or
the
something
avocado,
like
like-
that. Yeah, it's something. All of his food, I'm sure,
It's
tastes
basic.
pretty good.
I think it just tastes fine.
But the way his approach, and this is not luxury living by any means.
No,
what he's doing.
he needs to just honestly. The best thing for Ryan is to go work at a Interurban or Golden Corral.
Oh, he'll never do that.
But that's I think his food.
Interurban.
It's a restaurant in Ardmore in Oklahoma.
No one else knows anything like that.
They're famous for their beer muffins.
Interurban.
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 But we all say Interurban.
But Ardmore's not urban.
Well, it's in the middle of town. It's right on the highway off of Holiday Drive. It's right by the Hilton and the Holiday Inn. That's why they call it Holiday Drive. Because
I'm
that's where the
saying
Holiday Inn is.
you can't just say
and the conference center.
I'm saying you can't.
They've got Tesla chargers there. Tesla chargers.
You can't just say it's like interurban and expect our audience to know.
Well, that's the restaurant I worked at for a month, and I've talked about that on the show before.
But when you give a frame of reference, you need to say something that's a bigger experience.
it's like Interurban's like a
I don't give a shit what it is.
Well, no, now I need to explain
you
it to
need
people. I would say it's like an Applebee's with less bar food. More with a slight hinge to home cooking.
It's country Applebee's.
Not really country though. They've got a couple of Cajun dishes that I love. I love that Cajun bow tie pasta. Comes in a big bowl. Comes with the big bowl with the beer muffin.
Do you know pastas are it's twofold for restaurants? I know this just if you've ever done serving, you know this. Pastas are the cheapest things to make, and they're the most filling, and you're just serving trash to your guests.
Unless you're going to like an authentic Italian restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very different.
Yeah, it's just
But if you're at Applebee's, you're getting a lot of salt, with not a lot of costly protein.
It's served with some blackened chicken.
Yeah, but do you know how much comparatively?
Well, I would either do that or the salad.
It's very different than saying serving them a blackened chicken fillet.
Yes.
Or like a
it's cut up
breast
for you,
of
so
chicken.
that way you don't have to cut it.
Yeah, but so you can do that and not serve them, so your costs go way down.
Yeah.
Pastas are the best way to get your margins. Yep. And you would watch them make a pasta, and it was just like 5 pieces of chicken, huge sauce, maybe some other things, tons of bow tie pasta, and some cheese.
And a beer muffin at Interurban.
Again, what I'm saying is I don't object to the comparison. No one knows what the fuck Interurban is.
I think people are going to come for you and say, hey, I think you're going to be surprised.
Is it a chain?
I think there's 2 or 3 of them in Oklahoma.
We need to move on.
Anyway.
I'm not getting into this
but
more.
I think Ryan really needs to just stick to what he knows. I disagree with you. I do not think his food is good. I think it tastes just normal food. I don't think anything is a wow factor.
It's okay to get by at a restaurant. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, maybe, but he couldn't work at a Houston's.
Again, I don't know what that is.
That's a chain.
What is it? Steakhouse?
Houston's.
Steakhouse?
Yeah, it's a steakhouse. They had one in Century City and then it closed, but now they've got one in Pasadena still.
I don't need a full book report.
But it's like a Charleston's.
In
In Norman, right off south of OU. It's by Riverwind Casino.
We need to move
There's
on.
another one on Penn Square. You don't know these restaurants?
No. I know. And when I refer to things, I only know big chains because people go, what?
People do know. I think people do know. I don't know if they know Charleston's as much, but they do know.
Houston sounds familiar.
Houston's is good.
But I would give a bigger chain like Ruth's Chris.
I never heard that till I moved to L.A. There was just one of them here.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere?
Yes.
I thought there was just one on La Cienega.
They are a national chain.
I didn't know that was a chain.
They are a huge national chain.
I knew Del Frisco's was a chain. Ryan can't work there. That's too nice of a restaurant for him.
Is the podcast just us just saying names of restaurants we know?
Potato Garden.
That's a real name?
You've never been to Potato Garden? We've got to move on.
Again, I feel like you just expect people to know places in Oklahoma. And none of us live there, thank God.
Thank God. But, y'all, I'll be there on October 22nd for Ardmore's Southern Oklahoma Pride. I'll be emceeing. Come see me.
I
got to keep announcing that. So
most of our content is directed towards a small contingent of Oklahoma. And we need to fix that.
Well, if you were doing gay pride in Pickens, we would announce it. We'd say, come see Poodle in Pickens.
I'm not objecting to your pushing your Oklahoma pride. I'm saying your mentioning of only Oklahoma chain restaurants native to Long Grove.
Well, whatever. Go with what I will say. It's not Oklahoma pride. I mean, pride in that I'm not proud of Oklahoma, but I'm proud of Oklahoma gay, queer, rainbow pride.
Sure. But saying all that 10-minute diversion.
What happened?
Was me saying when Captain Jason brought the cucumber to Coco. Her favorite movie is Coco, where she's like, I feel like I'm in Coco.
Her name's Charlene.
That's what it is. And he's like, you said this was spicy, so I'm bringing this to you. That is a masterful gesture.
It's a masterful. The same way of, let me be the captain, let me take them diving.
Well, I think it is. That's a good idea, but I think that shows a weakness on him because instead of actually delegating and expecting his team to do it, he's having to micromanage.
See, I didn't see that. I can agree because he does micromanage a
Yeah.
bit, but I saw that as people feel special when the captain comes. With
I
them.
totally
so
agree.
I think that's why he did that.
I totally agree. I'm thinking about the Below Deck franchise where no captain does that.
yeah, yeah,
So,
that's true. But because the meal was so horrible,
Yeah.
he kind of was like, "What do I do?"
Yeah, I understand that, but I get why he did it, but at the same time, it's like find a different way than doing that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just liked. She's like, oh, I'm fine. I don't need it. It's all good now. I'm like, yeah. He silenced her complaining like that, just by going the extra mile.
Really? Yeah.
Oh, I loved it. Can I just talk one little second about there's a van for us. Somewhere a van for us. Pooping in buckets and seeing the scenery. All of Australia's coming to me and you. Somewhere, somehow, some van. That's the single muted trumpet. Thank you.
That's what makes me cry.
Oh, that trumpet
That
at the
muted
end.
trumpet is what brings tears to my eyes.
And the bass note, boom, at the end.
Both those movies were perfect.
God, the
Perfect.
I will say, I've rarely enjoyed a remake like I enjoyed that West Side Story remake.
Boy,
Oh,
so good.
because y'all, I'm a purist, and I hate everything that tries to take anything that's tried to make it better.
Believe me, I just saw Oklahoma at the Music Center, and that was shit.
I think I'm gonna have to cancel because I've heard so many people tell me.
Y'all, and I love that show.
Yeah.
And I tried to not be a purist, but that's one of the worst things I've seen on stage.
I think if you had seen it in the round, it'd be different. But
Don't see the tour, y'all. Just watch the movie at home with Gordon McRae and Shirley Jones. It's better.
or the Hugh Jackman one from
That one's great.
PBS.
Or our friend Alana, that I directed her in Oklahoma when she's 11 years old, and we walked out and she said, I think the version that you directed with 11-year-old girls was a better show than this. And I said, I think you're right.
I imagine. I assume you cut the Dream Ballet when you when you did yours.
I did. I talked to Bryce. I was like, what if we put some of the ballet? And he's like, we're not going to do that. And I said, okay, it's fine. I tried.
We're not going to do that.
Yeah.
The show's 35 minutes.
That was a 45-minute show. Because they were a good cast. And next year they did Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, and it was great.
I know we did that show together.
Yeah, we did that one together. It was fun. All right. So anyway, y'all. So we're moving on. Brittany's crying again. Brittany just cries this entire episode. And I'm sorry, but I know she's emotional, but she kind of makes it about her. She makes it about her a little bit.
Let me tell you one thing about this. It is this the
cries
sketch.
when
Their
Magdalene.
their
She
sketch. No, their
cries in the hot
schedule is
tub.
grueling. This show.
She's just tired.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
tired.
I get
This
that.
show is not for everybody, and the type of person sometimes they cast who is good for television. If the skill set to mix with that of being on a boat and working so hard and working with difficult personalities, that happens. That happens. At least it's either a Stu or a Decky every season.
I mean, I get why she's upset, even though I agree and still stand by. She should have apologized. Like, I know but we didn't talk about this so much. We talked about Jamie being hurt, but we didn't talk about the way Jamie is completely icing out his staff.
It's awful.
You can't do that. You're the leader. You cannot do that.
Sadly, I think he's going to wind up. He's going to make it because it's hard to replace a bosun.
It is, but he's not being a good leader.
He's
at
not
all.
been effective. I guarantee you, he will not be asked back.
No, because he says if you look at the difference of him and the difference of Storm on Below Deck Med, Storm is really trying to be adaptable to people's different learning
Right.
styles
And communication
personalities
styles.
and communication styles. Jamie is just very much. I understand why it grates on Benny so much, but
Me
I
too.
agree. I think Benny should have been fired several charters ago.
Yeah.
I for more than Magda, because what Benny did, I agree, especially after that
he was
whole lifting
insubordinate.
Culver up,
Yeah.
almost when that was unsafe.
Yeah.
But anyway.
He's been insubordinate several times too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think if Captain Jason wasn't trying to play everyone's big brother and nice guy, I think he would have been gone. Oh, Benny would have been gone day 1 with Captain Lee. Day probably 8 with Captain Sandy.
Yeah.
Captain Glenn would have given a lot of chances, though.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got a text. Goldie Rogers, sorry.
I still don't know what that means. Golly Rogers, sorry. Oh, sorry, Golly Rogers. I feel like Magda.
I just needed you to say it.
Golly Rogers. She is a delight. I swear to God.
I really want. Can you do this? I'm gonna say this on the show, so that way it forces you
I
to
would
do it.
love to impersonate her to her face.
Did you ever do? Because you never did the Libby's voice lesson.
I
video.
never did.
So I'm gonna call this out, and I'm not editing this out on the show. I need you to go on our TikTok as Aisha.
Okay.
I need you to do that.
Okay.
I think it would give me a lot of joy.
Okay.
Can you get an Aisha wig?
I think so.
I would love that. But I'm going to give you until this season is done.
Okay.
But I'd
I can
like
do
you
that.
not to wait for the last 3 episodes. So sooner than later.
We don't have a lot going on, so sure. Just trying to plan all the live shows.
It gives me joy, and I just want you to share that joy with people.
Can we talk about high tea?
I didn't see it. I saw.
I'm American, and I know that this was Church Fellowship Hall.
This was this
terrible
was Baptist,
baby shower food.
hosted by Oscar Mayer.
Yeah. This is one of the most appalling high tea things I've ever seen, you guys.
This was fucking disgusting.
And the cupcakes were awful. Everything was bad.
And those weren't made. Those were pre-ordered cupcakes.
Really? You think so?
They looked it.
Oh.
He can't ice cupcakes like that.
I don't know. I don't think they... Maybe he bought them. I don't know.
Ugh.
It was absolutely awful. But the charter guests were really shit talking them as they should have.
They didn't love it. Kind of like when they said, they even told Aisha, like before with the spicy dinner, they said, tell them it's fucking terrible. Tell the chef. And with this, they just kind of like,
They were kind of so beaten.
Toomey was so embarrassed
She's like,
to serve
but
it.
with the English. They're English. Oh my God.
And Aisha told the captain, she said, I was embarrassed to serve that.
I was embarrassed to serve this food.
You are crazy. You jealous, crazy girl. You are not a friend. Sorry, I'm just going to read
Hold on,
text.
I'm getting another text, actually.
Oh, no.
I'm not like how I am. This is another one from Paulina. I'm not like who I am on the show at all. P.S. You're a bitch. That hurts.
That hurts.
I got to cut her out of my life.
Well, but she's your best friend.
I know, it's hard.
What are you going to do? What are you going to
And
do?
she said she's dating my boyfriend. So.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
And you get into clubs with her.
I know.
So there
She's
you
got
go.
all the good drug hookups, so...
So y'all, the charter leaves, and basically Charlene says, wonderful time. And the food, there's a little problem with this food and that. But we love the drinks and we love the adventure. So basically, everything was great except for
Except
that
for the
fucking food. It was, to know that this is the charter that Ryan goes out on was just...
Yeah. And by the way, y'all, we find out that we know there's another chef who's got a... And,
They lead us with it, yeah.
And Captain Jason says, listen, mate.
Let's talk about the red wedding, yes.
Yeah. So, y'all, Mags has been summoned to the breach because Captain Jason makes Aisha make the decision, thankfully. And then Aisha even goes to Toomey, and Toomey thankfully says, it's your decision.
She says it's her decision, but Toomey says, I don't want to take someone's job away from them, but it's becoming a real problem.
Yeah.
So she basically agreed as well.
And what was interesting is Aisha kind of made a huge leadership decision. She says, I'm accountable to the guests. I'm accountable to the guests.
Thank you.
The captain and Tommy, my little stew.
So who's gonna come now, y'all? But
I don't
when
know.
Captain tells Magda, this just shows that she doesn't get it because
She
her face
acted
was
like
so
a crazy person.
but her face was shocked. You could tell she was like, "What?"
She doesn't get it all. Yeah.
She does not get it. I don't think yachting is for her.
No.
It's not for her, y'all.
She needs to have pictures taken.
She needs to be an influencer.
Yep.
That needs, and I don't mean that that's easy because I know some influencers that work really hard, but I think she's good at that.
And she
probably.
kind of gets it after everyone's crying. She's like, "No, I had a very good time," and blah blah blah. But I think she probably was insane after this, and she probably needed to be taken off
I
a
don't
ledge.
think she cared as much. I think she just wanted to get back to her. As she said in the bar, I don't fucking care about these charts anymore.
Right.
I just want to get back to my boyfriend and Paulina, who's fucking him.
And y'all, here's the thing: Paulina isn't fucking Maychick. She's just. Hold on.
Oh God, he got another text.
This is from Paulina again. No, you're wrong. I am fucking him. I'm riding his dick every night, and your boyfriend's dick. Wow, Paulina.
Wow, Paulina, that's rude.
Just going at me.
Just going at you. She didn't even say I love you at the end?
And I thought my boyfriend was gay.
Guess not.
She gets everything she wants.
I loved it when Captain J said, after he fired Magda, he said, now you can go see your man.
Good move.
It was a good move. Move.
That's all I've got.
That's all I got.
That was a big episode.
Brittini cries a lot when Magda leaves. Like, I can't believe. I was like, girl, take a nap.
I think she will see this and she'll be a little embarrassed but she's so sensitive, and
I think she's gonna be like, I showed my woman vulnerability. I think she'll own it.
maybe.
Y'all, spoiler alert. Culver doesn't want to go in that van.
No, he doesn't.
He does not want to go in that van. I'm telling y'all that right now.
No.
That's the show.
I like her, but
I do too.
She's
again, she looked beautiful this episode when they went out. Loved her hair
Yeah.
and her makeup. I like her too. I agree with you though. I'm gonna give her the benefit. I think she is really fucking tired.
she's very, very tired.
I just want to say that my last teabag, did you notice when they once showed Culver with his shirt off? I thought he had like a cancerous tumor, but then I realized that was just a muscle in someone's back. I didn't realize you could have muscles there. I just want to feel of his body.
Is absolutely incredible.
Like I want to, if I ever see him, I'm going to ask him, can I just feel of your torso?
And then he says, our agreement maintained, you stay 10 feet away from me.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next. Hey, you leave a review for us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Guess what? Now that our website's up.
You can go to our website, realitygaze.com.
And if you don't know how to do that, if you go to our website at the top, it says reviews. If you click on that, it'll take you to a Spotify or an Apple link, and you can leave a review, and we greatly appreciate it.
And you know what? Any Carl's wife can type in realitygaze.com.
Don't put it past them. Someone is it with a Z? They'll fuck it up. Anyway, y'all, our website's back
Not
up.
.net.
However,
.com.
we haven't got our link tree on there yet. So if you want to buy tickets to our Doublet tour, you need to go to our Instagram or to our TikTok. We are going to try to maybe that'll be fixed by the time you go to this, by the time this episode airs, hopefully. Because this episode's going to air, I actually think when we're in Chicago,
Yes.
isn't it? So if you didn't get tickets for Chicago, sorry, you missed it. Or it's tonight, I think.
It's tonight.
It's tonight. So come see us in Chicago tonight. Tonight, y'all. Poodle has a costume that I have to air up. That's all I have to say. I'm confused. All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. But until then, remember, it's
Anchors are gay.
Can you say it in Aisha's voice?
Anchors are gay. Anchors are gay. It's Aisha.